I think I'll miss just kind of generally the nature of Marin. Geographically, it's really the most beautiful place I've ever been. My favorite memory about Marin has got to be King Mountain, the trail of the bay, and that was always one of my favorite places when I was a kid. It's not really common that you have such a combination, and it just comes to be so beautiful.
It's not like any place that I've ever visited or traveled to, so I think it's definitely got its own people, its own feel, its own ways to it.
I love being on the bay. Anywhere in the bay, I'm happy. On the water for sure.
My favorite place in Marin is probably Muir Beach. I love going out there, being near the ocean.
In Lucas Valley, there's this really nice place. It's the Fire Road, and so when you climb up it, you go about maybe 1,000 feet. But once you get to the top, you can see almost everything around you. You can see Mount Tam, you can see the city.
It's just like a beautiful area to just like run around and be free.
This beautiful sense of really being both in the forest and also being at the sea.
My favorite place in the Bay Area is Tennessee Valley. You can see that you're at the equal level to the mountains on the other side.
My favorite place in Marin is probably Phoenix Lake. It's somewhere I've gone to hike since I was a little kid, and I think it's just a really beautiful place.
My favorite place, I think, is also part journey. Gentle trails into the forest, sort of like up and down, mellowly. A lot of my deer nature memories are very much connected to the wilderness. My favorite pieces of Marin are all the land that's out there to go explore and adventure in that's disconnected from the urbanness.
My favorite thing about Marin is probably the friendly community.
Sitting in a coffee shop and sketching or planning out a project or connecting with someone is a really beautiful way, I think, to spend my summer. It's a beautiful place. I think that I'm able, or have lived in San Francisco, and lived in a very urban part of San Francisco for as long as I have, because I spend 9 months of the year spending 5 days a week. This beautiful place filled with all of these old, tall trees and a lot of nature, the occasional deer running through. Yesterday, I was sitting outside in the garden and this hummingbird just sort of danced above me in the trees.
People here are really invested in making the world better.
My favorite aspect about San Francisco is probably Dragon Well, which is a Chinese food restaurant on Chestnut Street. I feel like so much of my life is tied to that place because I've been going since I was 5. I have to go across the bridge twice a day, and I think it's a really, really nice time when it's just starting, the sun's just starting to rise, and you get to see every single dawn break over the bay.
I think it's just the hum of the city. It's this sort of intangible thing of everyone, so many people at least in my community, really getting to do exactly what they love doing, and being able to share it, and being surrounded by people who think differently than I do, but also people who like value the same things as I do. The city itself is a character, is a sort of a person.
We are so lucky to live in such a diverse location, and to be able to experience it every day is such a blessing.